Happy Wednesday. Happy Passover to those who observe. And have I got a story for you? This is all about personal story here. Responding, not reacting. So you can't really tell. Had my hair done last night. Had a trim. Had the color amped up a little bit. And I see Sandy Lee in Chandler, who is absolutely, I mean, she's truly brilliant. She is the best. And so I go in, and we're sitting there, and Sandy brought Toby Mac, her 9-year-old Yorkie, who got to sit in my lap the whole time, so I got to play with the dog, which made it all that much better. So I'm sitting there, and we decide to amp up the color a little bit, make it a little richer. Okay, that can go good, that can go bad. So we're doing it, she's doing everything that she does, and it comes to the point that after you leave the color on for X amount of time, then you have to wash it out, the excess out. And so she's washing, and she's washing, and she's washing. My hair has never had so many shampoos in its life. Okay, and she says to me, she goes, well, it's red. Now, this is crucial. You look in the mirror, and it was wet. You have to remember it was wet. And to me, it looked cranberry. I mean, it looked cranberry. It did. It looked cranberry. I looked like Jessica Rabbit, if you remember the movie Roger Rabbit. So, okay, it's red. And she could tell by my face, it was like, okay. And she said, let's just wait. Let's just give it a second. So I changed chairs, got Toby Mac back in my lap, and so she starts drying the hair. Now, you can't really tell. It's called an ombre. Guys don't have a clue. So ombre is going from one tone to another, from a lighter to a darker. So it's a brighter up here, and it goes down to a mahogany down here. And that's fine. I'm good with that. But at that point in time, we didn't know that. At that point in time, my hair looked cranberry. And it was like, oh my God. Okay. And she said, don't worry. I can do this and this and this. And I said, I will deal with whatever happens. Don't worry. She said, no. I'll deal with it. Don't worry. It's going to be okay. And you could tell that she was starting to have a lot of anxiety about this. I have to practice. At this point, I have to practice what I preach. I said, okay, we can't assume anything yet. The hair's wet. Wet hair looks different, at least mine does, than when it's dry. So we can't assume anything, and we're not going to react. We're going to respond, because reacting is knee-jerk and can be dangerous. Bad things happen when you react. She said, okay. So she starts drying my hair. And up here, it looked cranberry. I mean, it wasn't purple. It was cranberry. I mean, it was neon cranberry. And she was just having a cow, and another stylist walked past, and she called her, and she said, what do you think? She said, well, you can do this, and you can do that, and you can do... And she said, well, yeah, I thought I could do, and I said, just hold it, just a minute. We're starting to, we don't want to react. Think. We're in this room. Her studio is small, and there's fluorescent lights overhead, plus a chandelier, and the chandelier is directly over my head, so you have a prism effect. So the lighting in there is just awful. And she said, okay, you're right. So I explained about the lighting. I said, let's leave this area and go to different lighting. So we just stepped out into the hall, which was it was more normal lighting. And she said, oh my God, Brenda, the color's beautiful. Okay. So then we walked all the way down to the ladies' room, went in there, called the other stylist in too, and everybody agreed the color's gorgeous. We don't want to change a thing. And I said, this is why. You respond, you don't react, you don't assume. You wait, you check the color, you check the lighting in the room, you check, how everybody's feeling about the situation. But you have to stay calm. So we go back in, and she's drying my hair, and everybody's happy. And we talk about it a little bit more. And even for me, when I first saw that it was cranberry, my heart, it's a good thing I got a pacemaker, because I skipped a few beats. And she was reacting off of my reaction, which is normal. That's what people do. And it could have easily just been a shit show. I mean, it could have. But it wasn't, because we chose to respond, not react, and to think. Think about the lighting. Think about it. Get the hair dry. Look at the lighting. Worst case scenario, and I told her this afterwards, I said, had it been an absolutely horrible color you couldn't do anything about, we shave my head, I go back to a wig till it starts growing out. Wouldn't be any different than chemo. You think, you respond. I absolutely love this. It is not a wig, it is me. I love Sandy. I love what she did with my hair. But please, if things don't go, before you blow up, before you start screaming at your stylist that they messed up your hair, stop. Just stop for a minute and think. Check the lighting. Check the situation. It could be okay. It could be better than you thought. And that's how this turned out. Better than I thought. So, Sandy, if you're watching, I love you, girl. You're great. And Toby Mac, sweetheart, you're just the sweetest little Yorkie in the world. He is a honey. He is. Never know. I might end up with a dog one of these days. And a cat. And a horse. Probably some raccoons. Maybe a possum. You never know. Have a good day.